Merry Christmas, y'all. Did you get any good Christian rock or metal albums for Christmas this year? Well, I certainly did. I got some gifted to me and then some that I just picked up on my own as well. Some good stuff. I'll show you what I got. We'll also just have a little fun today, and I'll show you some of my all-time favorite Christmas albums on vinyl and CD, ones that I listen to every year. These aren't necessarily Christian rock. Some of them are just fun ones. But we'll take a look at all that coming right up. Stay right where you are. Hey there, y'all. Welcome back to another Tim Talks Christian Rock. Tim Risto here. Merry Christmas. I hope that your Christmas Eve, your Christmas Day, your Christmas season has been wonderful this year. Hope you've been able to spend some time in worship and uplift Jesus, the reason for the season, the reason for all seasons, and give thanks to God for all the blessings that He's given you in your life. I've certainly had opportunity to do so. It's been a great Christmas so far. I've been able to spend a lot of time with family and friends, which has been absolutely a blessing for sure. Have you gotten any great Christian rock or metal albums under the tree this year? If so, let me know in the comments down below what you've gotten. Maybe it was something old, maybe it was something newer, something you've been looking forward to. Share down below what you've gotten. I'd love to hear what Christmas gifts in the Christian rock and metal vein were waiting for you under the tree this year. I got some, and like I said, I'll share with you about those. My oldest son bought me a couple of albums that were waiting for me under the tree, some vinyl, and I also had opportunity to purchase some stuff too, so we'll look through that. And then just for fun, we'll look at some of the Christmas albums that I listen to every year. Not necessarily Christian rock ones, but just some fun Christmas albums that I listen to virtually every year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get going. We'll check it out. By the way, I've got my virtual fireplace going on back here. Even though it's like 70 degrees outside here in Texas, I have it going for those of you who are in colder climates, so stay close to the fireplace. Anyway, let's get going, y'all. Check out, show you what I got. All right, so first up, we'll start with the vinyl that I actually opened first, the first gift that I opened of vinyl. And again, this was from my oldest son who got me this year. Right here, Narnia. Long Live the King on gatefold vinyl. This is one I've heard so much about. I'm only actually just getting into Narnia. I've listened to them off and on over the last few years, but up until recently I hadn't owned any Narnia. I think I mentioned in another video that I'd picked up From Darkness to Light vinyl on a sale, I believe, recently, and that's the white vinyl. So I showed this off in another video. But that was my first Narnia purchase. I had this on my Christmas wish list, and like I said, my oldest son picked this one up for me. Narnia is just a great Swedish band, progressive rock, power rock, kind of AOR in some cases. Band changed styles a little bit over the years, but they do have this very definitive kind of progressive sound to them. They're just great stuff. I really like them. I thought this is actually the insert here, which is kind of cool with the lyrics on this side. This great lion drawing on that side. Of course, the name Narnia derived from the C.S. Lewis set of books, the Chronicles of Narnia. Maybe many of you grew up with them or have read them over the years. I read at least the first 4 of them to my kids when they were younger. And I love those books. They're actually really, really cool. I've read them all myself. So this is a black vinyl edition of Long Live the King, a 20th anniversary edition. Actually, I'll go ahead and pull it out of here. I love that back. That's actually really cool with the goblet and the decanter, the wine and the bread, the Lord's Supper elements there. Really cool. The gatefold opens up, even though it's a single vinyl release. They made a new gatefold with this great band photo here in the center. It's really very cool. Of course, the lion, coming from the first book in the Narnia Chronicles of Narnia series, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Lion being Aslan in these stories, representative or symbolic of Christ, of course. So really cool to see all the imagery going on. There was a hype sticker on this that I took off the the plastic wrap, and then put on. I went ahead and attached it here to the back just because I thought that was actually pretty cool. So this is a great album. I really like it. I know for many people this is still kind of the quintessential Narnia album, and it is very, very good. There's some instrumental stuff. It leads in with Gates of Cair Paravel, ends on the end of side 2 with Shadowlands, both instrumentals that kind of set this medieval feel and tone to the music. That's really cool. Just some great tunes. Living Water, The Mission, What You Give Is What You Get is one of my favorites off here. Star Over Bethlehem on side B, the second to last track, is great. I was listening to that on Christmas Day. Great one to listen to on Christmas Day. So just a wonderful album. So glad to finally have this in my collection. I'll have to pick up the CD at some point, but just excited to have the vinyl of Narnia's Long Live the King. All right, next up is the very next vinyl gift that I opened. And again, this was the second one that my oldest son bought for me for Christmas. This one right here, Theocracy Mosaic. This is Theocracy's latest album, which I believe came out last year, 2023. As of the recording date of this video, it's Christmas 2024. So just to give a perspective on time. But this is a wonderful album. Kind of like Narnia, I'm getting to know this band. Narnia I'm a little more familiar with. I've been listening to them off and on for the last couple of years, but really digging deeper into their catalog now. Theocracy I've only gotten vaguely familiar with over the last couple of months. So it's another band that's new to me, and I'm just digging in and loving their stuff already. Great band. They've got, much more modern sounding, more hard rock metal, some speed metal at times, some thrash elements here and there. Just a really good sound. Much more cleaner sounding than a lot of my old band favorites, but really great stuff. I love everything from the design of the album art, which most of their album covers are just phenomenal, to the title, Mosaic, to the songs and the lyrical writing, which is really rich. The first song hooked me right away. It's called Flicker, and has to do with basically how our lives are very brief, like a flicker in the scheme of time, or in the perspective of time from God's perspective. Our lives are short. And so how we need to use that time, be good stewards of the time God has given us in our lives, right? And how you're going to use that time to God's glory and to fulfill the commands that he has upon our lives. So just really cool. That kind of richness pervades many of the songs on the album. It's just really, really cool. It's a gatefold double vinyl release, but I love that even the band photo in here inside the gatefold is done in that mosaic style. Really, really cool. You've got Jonathan Hines, Ernie Topran, Matt Smith, who's kind of the lead behind all this, behind Theocracy as a band, Taylor Washington, and Jared Oldham. Don't know all of their roles, but you can kind of tell from the picture. You got a drummer, Matt Smith is the primary vocalist, and then guitarists, bass and lead and rhythm guitars through the other guys there. But really, really cool music, more modern sounding, cleaner sounding. Got a great little insert in here with all of the lyrics. Great band photo as well. Another band photo on the back, and liner notes and thanks from the band here as well. Good stuff. So I mentioned this is a double vinyl. I picked up the orange black marbled color edition. They have multiple different colored editions of most of their albums, but this one in particular. But I picked up this one because I just thought it was beautiful, beautiful colored vinyl edition. This orange black marbled, 500 copies of it available. Really gorgeous and sounds incredibly good. The other vinyl release, again, these are in paper and polyurethane sleeves. Very nice, very well protected, and gorgeous editions. I guess I could show you the label up a little closer here too. There's the label with the beautiful Theocracy logo and the mosaic design style carried on to the record label there as well. So those were two Christian rock albums that I got gifted this Christmas from my oldest son. Wonderful albums. I'm loving listening to them. There's some great stuff. Now, since we're on the subject of Theocracy, I will mention that I had picked up before the holidays, before Christmas, this Theocracy album, Ghost Ship. It says here, exclusive 2 LP Dark Ocean vinyl edition, limited to 300 copies worldwide. Again, I heard a few tracks off of this. I was really drawn to it. I love the album art. Again, these Theocracy album covers are just gorgeous. And so I picked this one up. I have not heard all of this album yet, so I'm really looking forward to listening to both all of Mosaic, which I've heard most of it already, and then Ghost Ship, which I've only heard a few tracks off of. But another, from what I've heard off of Ghost Ship already, another great album. And this one came in 2016. We'll go ahead and open this up. I'll show you what the vinyl looks like as well. Just gorgeous artwork. I mean, it's just stunning to look at. I don't know if this is, actual drawn art or digitally created art, whatever, but it's just gorgeous. It's gatefold. Most of the lyrics are printed here on the left side. A little band photo there, along with some credits and liner notes and additional lyrics here. The song Easter on here, I think, is one that is well known. I think it's a really long track. Yeah, it's 9:53 on side D, so it's a 10-minute track. And many of their tracks are like that, usually 5 minutes, and then some of them much longer. In fact, if we hop back over to Mosaic, what I forgot to mention there is on the fourth side, the second side of the second vinyl, Red Sea is a 19-minute track. So they do stuff kind of like what I've spoken about before on some of my videos, my love for Pink Floyd, where they will just, they performed music and didn't feel confined to a 3 or 4 minute track. They just kind of took however long they needed to create music for an album. That's kind of how I feel a lot of how Theocracy operates, and all the better for it for their music. Okay, back to Ghost Ship, and I'll show you these vinyl, which are just as gorgeous as the Mosaic ones. In black paper and polyurethane sleeve, and here's these wonderful blue and black marbled vinyl that looks like the sea, being that this is Ghost Ship. It's kind of got a ghostly image to it, and a sea, or a raging sea kind of look to it. Their vinyls are usually mixed a little differently, so each one is uniquely different. This one's much stronger on the black coloring. And the second vinyl here is a little more dominating of the blue, although there's enough black in this one yet too. But again, just gorgeous looking vinyl colorations. They're just as beautiful to look at as they are to listen to. So really great stuff. And I look forward to getting to know this album better as well. But right now I'm just thoroughly enjoying Mosaic a lot. Okay, with Theocracy now in the rearview mirror for the moment, let's talk some Stryper. I did have the opportunity before the holidays to invest in some Stryper, some that I've shared with you in previous videos. Did an album review, of course, of When We Were Kings way back, and then also more recently the CD edition of To Hell With the Amps. Well, the vinyl of To Hell With the Amps became available through Stryper's website, and I went ahead and picked it up. Now, I think this vinyl edition has been out before, maybe through Amazon. I'm not entirely sure when this actually was fully released, but I do know it became available on the Stryper website recently, and that's when I picked it up. I don't know if there was another pressing available before that. I'm a little hazy on the details of that. But I did get this great release, and it came just today, as a matter of fact. All right, and as it says here, there's a little quote here on the back of the strip, too, that I got to read to you from Heaven's Metal magazine, where it says, "It should be noted that To Hell With the Amps," aptly titled, "is not an all-acoustic release because those drums, and that bass for that matter, are amped. This is not a live performance, nor is it a bootleg quality master. These songs were professionally recorded, mixed, mastered by Danny Bernini, Alex Saltz, in the same manner fans have come to expect from a band as iconic as Stryper. Therefore, these songs are equally enjoyable across the entire volume spectrum. Crank it up to 11 because these guitars sound so good. And they do. If you haven't seen my review yet of To Hell with the Amps that I did of the CD edition, I'll put a link in the description down below. But this is a great album. Now, as you can tell, I have not opened this edition yet, so maybe I should do so here on camera. What do you think? Let's do it. Let's crack it open. Wrap off. But there's that great cover art. I really like this cover. I think this photo is so cool of this old wood-style country-looking kind of church. There's the back. Great band photo there. And the gatefold, which is another classic band photo from their photo sessions for this album. And then let's scope out the first vinyl sleeve for that with Michael and Robert Sweet there. Oz and Perry on the flip side, and lyrics on both sides. And here is the vinyl itself. Look at that. That is a beautiful blue. And here's the second one as well. Second disc, second vinyl. Great band photo on that side of the sleeve. Another great band photo on this side. And the second vinyl disc, also in this great blue and white color. This side is etched. So there's no music on it, but I don't know if you can see it. See if I can hold this right. If you kind of see the etching in here a little bit when the light hits this just right, you can see it's the etching of what my shirt has on it here. So this artwork here with the guitars and the amps is what is etched into this side of the second disc of vinyl. Really, actually, quite cool. I should mention I picked this shirt up too when I ordered this album. So I got the shirt, the album, and another vinyl that I'll show you in a minute. But really cool. That is really a nice touch. I didn't know how they had that etched in, but that's very cool. Anyway, this is just a really good album. Again, if you haven't seen my review, put a link in the description down below. This is just a great album. Obviously, I've not listened to the vinyl yet since I just opened it here on camera, but I will be doing so tonight and look forward to checking out the vinyl edition of this. I love this album. Such a great album. Well done and well worth the wait for Stryper to put out a unplugged, not totally acoustic, but unplugged album. It's good stuff. If you haven't got it, and if you're interested in the vinyl, head on over to Stryper's website to pick this one up. So I got that album. I got this t-shirt, as I mentioned, both from that Stryper order. I also went ahead and picked up this original vinyl, probably, overstock they've had for years of Together as One from the Soldiers Under Command album. Single has Together as One on side A and Soldiers Under Command. On the flip side, it's a saw cut, so it's got the little cut here, but it's still sealed otherwise, still has the hype sticker on it. Just something that I think it was $7 or something like that. I thought I'll pick it up. I managed to get a number of the other Stryper singles from the first couple of albums, I guess, or in particular from this album era, the Soldiers Under Command era. And I thought, well, might as well pick it up. It was reasonable enough. So I got it. I haven't opened it yet, so we'll see what kind of condition the vinyl's in. But nice to have. Okay, now just for fun, let's talk about some of those albums that you listen to every Christmas, right? They're kind of the classic ones. You haul them out every year around Christmas time because you just love listening to them. They never seem to get old, right? I've got a number of those, and I'll share a few of them each year going forward from here. Maybe we'll make this a tradition, but I'll share a few of them here today. And since we were just talking about Stryper, I will list this one here. Again, talking about singles. This was Stryper's Reason for the Season single, which has Reason for the Season, the short version here on side 1, and then Reason for the Season, the long version on side 2, along with Winter Wonderland. A lot of people love their version of Winter Wonderland. I love the extended version, the 6.5 minute long version of Reason for the Season. This has always been a favorite of mine. I love this song. I love how it sounds so Striper-ish. I love that it is just a great metal intro to it. I love the vocals. I love the theme and the words. Just one of my all-time favorite Christmas tunes is Reason for the Season by Striper. Great, great album. I actually had this album back in the day, one of the first Striper things I ever picked up, and I just absolutely love it. And as you can see here on the back, here's the Together as One single that I just showed you. I, of course, have Yellow and Black Attack album. And then Reach Out, I found that single not too long ago at a half-price bookstore. I think I showed that in one of my videos too. So I actually got all of these, and kind of neat to have that whole Striper collection of singles. So anyway, great Christmas tune, great rock or heavy metal song, hard rock heavy metal song. Reason for the Season, love it. And Winter Wonderland's good too, but for me, Reason for the Season edges it out by quite a bit. So that Striper was the only Christian rock or metal related genre, one that I'll be showing today. The rest of these are all just much more traditional Christmas albums. And of course, we couldn't have a Christmas without a Charlie Brown Christmas, right? I don't have this one on vinyl, even though there are tons of vinyl copies. They seem to release new versions every year, but I do have the CD of this one, and I love this one. It's the original CD. It's got 12 tracks on it. Vince Guaraldi on piano, Fred Marshall on bass, Jerry Granelli on drums. Just a great classic, of course, based on the Peanuts Christmas special, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Love this album. Can't get through Christmas without listening to this at least once. Great stuff. Another one that's a classic for me, I love to listen to every year, is A Jolly Christmas from the great crooner Frank Sinatra. I love this CD edition. I would like to get a vinyl of this as well, but I love the CD edition for a number of reasons. Number one, of course, the songs. It's got Jingle Bells, the Christmas song, Mistletoe and Holly, I'll Be Home for Christmas, the Christmas Waltz, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the First Noel, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Oh Little Town of Bethlehem, Adeste Fidelis, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, and Silent Night. Just all great classics to have on here, and all sung wonderfully by the great Frank Sinatra. Probably my favorite Sinatra Christmas album. I know he has several out. But back to the reason why I love this one is, of course, you get the CD of all those tracks on it. You also get a DVD here, which has a TV Christmas special from back in the day. Don't remember what year it was released, but from back in the day, that has Bing and Frank. Happy Holidays with Bing and Frank. So it's got Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra. And I think what was a Bing Crosby Christmas special that Frank kind of guested on or something like that. But, you know, they joke around, they interact, they sing together. You know, it's perhaps a little schmaltzy, but I love it. It's just a lot of fun. And so in this package, you get the original album, A Jolly Christmas with Frank Sinatra, and then that DVD as well too. Love this. I have to listen to this and watch this DVD every year. It just puts me in the right mood. Great stuff. And speaking of Bing Crosby, one of my favorites of his is Christmas Classics by Bing Crosby. You know, one of the places I love to find vinyl reissues is Target. They've actually been really good about releasing some vinyl in the last couple of years, reissues on kind of neat little inexpensive vinyl reissues, and this was one of them. Bing Crosby Christmas Classics. It's got White Christmas, Winter Wonderland, just all the great ones. Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all the great stuff. And it is on a colored vinyl. Here's the little hype sticker, limited edition, 1 LP metallic silver vinyl. And there it is. You know, again, nothing super high quality, but it feels sturdy. It's well made. It sounds good, and it's cool. So I like that Target is reissuing a lot more things on vinyl. You can get them for a limited time, but they're nice additions. All right, and last but not least, speaking still of these Target vinyl reissues, I just this year picked up this one here, the original TV soundtrack for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the classic animated special, of course, that they put out on, again, Target put out on a nice vinyl edition. There's the back side. Album's been around for a while, of course, but this is a vinyl reissue on a cool Grinch green vinyl. Again, just something that I love listening. Of course, love watching the Grinch special every year, but also really enjoy being able to have it on a nice, cool vinyl edition, too. This has stuff you're all familiar with. The opening to the special, Trim Up the Tree, Tomorrow's Christmas, It's Practically Here, Welcome Christmas, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, of course, which they have two different performances of, one on the end of side A and one on the beginning of side B. A Quarter of Dawn, Welcome Christmas, and the finale, with, of course, Boris Karloff's narration threaded throughout. But anyway, a fun one to kind of cap off the Christmas season. So these are just a few of my favorite Christmas albums I listen to every year. What are yours? List yours in the comment down below. Would love to hear what favorite Christmas albums you pull out every year. Can't get through the season without listening to them at least once. So there you go. Some great Christian rock and metal that I got both under the tree and some that I purchased myself, but some really, really great Christian rock and metal albums to enjoy this Christmas season. What did you all get under the tree regarding Christian rock and metal from family or friends who knew the right gift to get you? Let me know in the comments down below. Would love to hear what you got this Christmas season in terms of Christian rock and metal music. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for today. Have a great rest of your day and rest of Christmas. May God bless you. Merry Christmas, and remember, above all else, stay in God's Word. Blessings, y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.